So in the previous video, I talked about how to start an interactive session, how to request an interactive session, how to specify which partition, which QoS, how much memory, how much RAM you can specify while starting an interactive session. So in this particular video, what I'm going to talk about is basically how to look for the softwares that are already available on Xanadu cluster. So the way the softwares are managed, or the packages that are installed on the cluster are managed, are using module software management system. So there's some commands that are quite useful if you're trying to access these softwares or trying to look some details around those particular softwares. So the commands around that one is module avail to look at list of all the modules. So each module represents a software or a package. So list of all the modules that are available. Module load, when you want to load a particular package or a software, and the software, the commands of that particular software will be available to you. Module list, to get a list of all the modules that are already loaded in for you, or all the packages that are available for you to use the commands. Module unload or module remove is like removing a module which is loaded or which is available to you. You don't want to use it anymore, want to remove it, so you can do that one. Module purge is a command to remove all the loaded modules in your environment. Module display module files is just to get a little bit more details around what the module file contains. So what I will do now is to give you hands-on demonstration of all these particular commands. So the first command, what we are trying to, so before getting started, just let's start an interactive session. As run -pty -p general -q general -mem equals to 2g and start a batch session. So I'm just submitting a request for starting a interactive session with a specific partition, a specific amount of memory. I'm not specifying CPUs, which is generally the -c flag. And the reason behind is because the amount that I'm not going to do multiple CPU based process running. I will be running only on one CPU, and by default it anyway, system anyway gives you one CPU, so I didn't specify the -c flag. Now you can run the command hostname to check where you are on the cluster. So it says Xanadu 67, so which basically means I'm on the one of the compute nodes on Xanadu cluster. The number of that particular compute node is 67. Now from here onwards, the first command what I would like to use is module avail to check a list of all the softwares or packages that are already available on the system. That's the command you can use, module avail. And it is going to list out approximately 500 odd different softwares that are available on the Xanadu cluster. And you can see that some of the softwares, for example, the Diamond, which is one of the alignment softwares, you can see that are multiple versions of that are available. Same holds true for Modur, which is metagenomics software, and another is like GATK variant calling. They all have multiple versions of the software are available. Now what the module system gives as the flexibility that any user can use any specific version they are interested into. Let's say they worked on a particular paper or a publication and used 4.1.8.1 for the previous data sets, and they will, to be consistent with the new data set, they would like to use the same one. They can load basically use this particular version of the software rather than loading the most recent one. So that kind of flexibility it provides. So let's get started and look into a little bit other things. So let me clear up the screen first. Clear, hit return. Now the first thing I want to run is module list. So it tells you that all the modules that are loaded for you, or the modules whose commands are available to you, and you can use the functions or commands available in those packages and softwares. It tells me that no module files are currently loaded for me. So the module files you can think in terms of analogous to a digital library. So you log in on a digital library and there are thousands of books in the library, but you logged into it, but that doesn't mean that all the books are available for you to read immediately. They're available to read, but they're not open for you and you start reading. You go ahead and select a particular book, and there may be a method around it. You search for it, and then double click it and the book opens, and all those kind of their path followed to it. Similar to that one, all the softwares are available, but in order to access the functions or to access that particular software, we have to use the command called module load, right? So we're going to load a particular version of, let's say, so that this module load will end up telling us or basically load a specific package for us. So I haven't selected any module, so let me go back and select one of the modules and then load it. So let's say I would like to load vSearch. Just one specific version. No, I'm just, so I copied that one and I'm saying I'm pasting over here. So the command is module space load space the module name and followed by its version number. You hit return, and now if you say module list, you see that that particular module is available for you. Now, if you want to check what are the different modules that are available for one specific package, you can type that also. So let's say Trinity module avail Trinity. It is going to load, or it basically going to display all the Trinity packages that are available. So these are the Trinity. Trinity is one of the softwares that are used for transcriptome assembly, for de novo transcriptomes, so from non-model species. So here, let's say we would like to load 2.15.0. So we can say module load Trinity 2.15.0 because we would like to use vSearch and we want to use this one as well. So it will now got loaded. So now let's check in the module list. So here you can see that we have vSearch, which we have loaded previously over here. And we also have Trinity, which we just now loaded. But we have these other softwares as well. So what are those ones? So in order for Trinity to run, it needs other packages as a dependency. It needs other packages to be available for Trinity to successfully run. So when we create these module files, we make sure that when you load a Trinity, any particular version or any software, its dependencies also get loaded so that the software works properly. That's why you see a big list of other packages over here. Okay. Now the next command we want to see is, let's say we want to use Trinity, but we don't want to use vSearch. We want to remove that one. So the command you can, the command you can use is module remove, and then you can type vSearch over here. And what it's going to do is, now if you run, you can use your arrow keys to go up and down, or you can type the command module list for the list of all the loaded packages. Now there's no longer vSearch is loaded because that has been removed by using module rm command. Now sometimes you want to clean up, like get rid of all the packages, you can simply use module purge, and that's going to remove all the packages and softwares that are loaded in for you. So let's check if that is true. We use the command module list, and now it says there's no module loaded because the module purge remove all the loaded softwares that were available for us. So this is the commands around how to manage software. So the software management system, which is the module what we use on Xanadu cluster. If you have access to another cluster, you may have a similar way of managing softwares. If not, then you have to get in touch with your system admin and basically get an idea like how the softwares are installed, or whether they are installed globally for everybody, or they're like individually installed, and everybody has to do their local installation. So you have to look around those ones. So this is pretty much around module list, or basically not module list, around the module software management system and some of the key commands. So in the next video, I'm going to talk about batch job submission.